Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Individual Contributor Podcast channel, show, whatever you want to call it these days. I get this question often. What is the difference between LinkedIn, regular LinkedIn, like your LinkedIn account that I have up here right now, or even an upgraded level of LinkedIn, like LinkedIn Premium versus Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator? Well, there are some differences, right? Sales Navigator almost feels like it functions as its own CRM, if you will. It is a very, very strong account planning, account mapping, insights, and outbound tool in many respects. But what if I told you that you don't necessarily need Sales Navigator, that you can just use your regular LinkedIn account to essentially find the same contacts that you would find and search for in Sales Navigator? Look, there are definitely some bells and whistles in Sales Navigator, like time in job, new in position, last posted on LinkedIn, what did they post about? There's some definite parts of Sales Navigator that are very specific, unique, and will certainly help the everyday salesperson. But are those features necessary to achieve the ultimate goal? And whether that goal is to book a meeting, increase pipeline, drive awareness, make connections, whatever it may be, I think you can do the exact same thing right here in good old-fashioned LinkedIn. All right, so let's dive in. If you've ever watched one of my videos before, as it pertains to LinkedIn specifically, you know that I always refer to LinkedIn as just another search engine. It is a database of people, names, companies, and just loads and loads of insight and data on all kinds of companies. But let's say you want to sell to sales enablement folks. You sell a waterfall tool or some kind of like database that's going to help provide contacts, names, phone numbers, company information. Let's keep it simple. And you want to reach out to like a sales enablement team, or perhaps you sell a training platform for salespeople. That's a better example. So if you type in sales enablement and put it in quotation marks in the search bar, just click enter, you're going to get a bunch of stuff. And you're also going to have access to these filters here, from jobs all the way to services, even all filters. But for the purpose of this demonstration, now that I put in my search keywords as sales enablement, I'm going to filter by people. Now, these are all the people that have sales enablement either in their title, or in many cases, they have sales enablement in their bio, like how they describe themselves and their everyday role and responsibility, their day-to-day, what they do, as described by them, the owner of the LinkedIn profile. So they're literally telling you what their persona actually is. There's also some granularity here that you can leverage. Now, you can go by all filters. This will allow you to pick locations, their current company, if they're currently connected to someone you already know, if they're following a certain creator that you like, maybe even a past company or school, industries. So all the filters are pretty much here in regular good old LinkedIn, and they're in Sales Navigator. The only difference is this is free. I could also just go by location if I want to. So if my territory is really just New York City metropolitan area, which it actually is, I would just click on show results, and now I'm going to get a much larger list of people, but it's going to be hyper-focused and localized to my territory. If I go back to all filters again, I have things like keywords, titles, service categories, the industries, things that we talked about, school, past company, who they follow, all that good stuff. The only thing I don't have here, which would be helpful, is employee count. So if you're looking for a specific size of company, that can be a bit challenging. But maybe it's a company you just want to sell to, like Chime, who's about to go IPO. And here you go. So anyone that has sales enablement either in their title or how they describe themselves at Chime is right here in front of me. And I did this just by doing a standard search as if it were a search engine, which it is, and then using some of the default filters that come already packaged in good old-fashioned, regular old LinkedIn to get to the people that I want to. And obviously from here I can connect. I can maybe read a bit more about these individuals if I want to. But the bottom line is getting to your ICP in LinkedIn doesn't necessarily require an expensive license to do that. And let's say you're a solo entrepreneur, or you're a solo salesperson, or a contract salesperson, or you work at a startup that quite frankly just doesn't want to spend the money on Navigator. All you have to do is go right here, run a search on anyone you want, even if it's demand generation. Demand generation, obviously I'm still filtered on Chime, but if I go ahead and take that off and click show results, I get a much larger list in the New York metropolitan area. Now, the real bonus here is if you have a data scraper or a database like a Zoom or an Apollo.io or a Lucia that has the Chrome plugin or the sidebar tool that comes with for Chrome rather, you can then just in a very rapid fashion or a bulk fashion, just collect the email addresses for all of these people that you want to potentially prospect or reach out to. So to bring it on home, LinkedIn, good old LinkedIn by itself is pretty good at just acting as a search engine, allowing you to build a list of prospects, contacts, people on LinkedIn that you want to either pitch, sell to, or connect with without having to spend upwards of $100+ a month on a pricey Sales Navigator license. Full disclosure, Sales Navigator is pretty awesome. It's definitely worth the price of admission. But for those of us that don't quite need it yet or don't want to spend the money on it, this is a great fallback plan, just good old-fashioned LinkedIn. If you found the video helpful, please leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so next time when I drop a video like this, you'll be the first to know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you have peers and colleagues in the field that would appreciate sales tips like this, please go ahead and forward the individual contributor channel to them today. Thanks a lot. See you soon.